Hi. So I'm in my pajamas. I'm lying in bed and I have this dialogue running in my head. I'm basically channeling in my head a message that I need to share and express with whoever is watching this at the moment. I think, I'm like, really? It's so late. I have two children. They're going to wake me at 5 o'clock. I really need to get some sleep. I'm like, I bet you it's 11:11. I look at my phone. It's 11:11. Of course it is. Okay, so that means I need to get up and I need to get this message across. I need to get the dialogue out of my head and out there in the screen. So, apologies. I have no idea how long this is going to take. It's going to be channeled, most likely. It's going to be probably all over the shop, but you know what? Let's just do it because I am being urged to do it by spirit. All right, so spirituality, hey? Um, I'm finding a lot of people are at the path of where the freaking hell do you start with it? They want to do it. They want to know, what is spirituality? How can I get involved in this? How can I access this that I'm seeing other people doing? I'm seeing, spiritual teachers, I'm seeing gurus, I'm seeing psychics, I'm seeing, all these people on social media who have this platform and they're all spiritual and etc. Well, how can I get there? Or where do I start with this? I've tried meditation. I've tried, um, trying to my affirmations and all that kind of stuff. Trying everything, trying to make sure my words and my thoughts are positive. It I mean, that's just all the little bits that intertwine together to bring up what spirituality is, or metaphysical sciences, I should say. Okay, what does metaphysical mean? Metaphysical, from my understanding, I should know this, I have a master's in metaphysical sciences. Metaphysical means what you cannot see, basically. The science behind what you cannot see. It's basically spirituality. So, where to start? Meditation. I'm going to start there. Meditation is the key. If you've tried meditation and it doesn't work for you, your mind is too busy, it's too loud, it's too chattering to stop you from being quiet, from finding the peace. This is the start of meditation. If you don't know where to start with a guided meditation. Start with working on the chakras. If you don't know what the chakras are, research. This is what it's all about. If you don't know what something is, Google it. Everything's out there, and keep delving into it. That's what you've got to do. Anywho, meditation. All right. So you want to start with something like 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day, find a short meditation that you can listen to. Try and focus on the person's voice. Listen to what they're saying and close your eyes and focus on with intention and do what they're saying. Most of it is like, close your eyes, take a deep breath, connect with the breath. It's all slow because you need to quieten the mind, to slow the body down, because in our everyday society, we're so rushed all the time, rushing, doing this, and I have to think about this and I have to do this, especially, if you're super busy, if you've got children, if you've got fur babies, if you've got parents, that you look after, anything like that. Even in your own life, you're thinking, oh, I want to do this in my life and I want to do this or this. Or even if you don't have any goals or purpose in life, but you want to start somewhere, right? So meditation is the key. 5 minutes a day. And then you find one that's 10 minutes, and then 15, and then 20, and then half an hour, right? I meditate twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. It's my life savior because I have to quieten the mind just so I can receive from the divine source. This is where we channel, this is where we receive messages from spirit. This is what spirituality is. It's about learning to quiet the mind so we can connect, so we can receive. Now, it's pretty hard because, we live in a society where we're very easily distracted with devices. TV is a form of hypnotherapy, by the way. So it's basically a lifestyle change. If you really want to see a change in your life, then you have to make changes within your life, right? I mean, it's like going to the gym. If you really want to go to the gym and you want to have a healthy body and mind and all that kind of stuff, then you have to make a lifestyle change. You can't just go to the gym for a week and expect your body to be changed. You can't go for a month. I mean, you've got to go. You've got to make it a regular routine 3-4 times a day, depending on what your goals are for your body. And then that's connected, of course, when your body is healthy, your mind is healthy. It's all intertwined and connected. Okay, so spirituality, let's go back there. So meditation, important. Starting with quieting the mind. Then you will start to be able to receive messages. This is where spirituality comes in. You receive messages from guides. You have spirit guides. We all have spirit guides. We have around 2, 3, depending on when you've asked your higher self for a spirit guide to help you cope with a certain situation. That's another thing too. Then these spirit guides can actually end up being negative spirit guides because they're holding up a program that you created when you were younger to help you cope with a traumatic situation. And because that situation isn't happening to you anymore, therefore the negative guide is still upholding that program and it's running in your life, but you don't need that program running in your life anymore because it's not happening to you now as an adult. That's a completely different topic. I'm sorry, I just went off there. But if you want to know more about that stuff, just reach out to me and I can do another video or something on that just specifically for that. Okay, so yes, we're connecting, we're meditating, we're quieting the mind so we can receive. Then you've got to look at diet. You've got to look at what are you consuming within your body. Are you addicted to substances, alcohol, caffeine, smoking, sugar, chemicals? You've got to keep a healthy body to create a healthy mind because all of those things were created to stop you from receiving. We've been it's really hard for the human race, to try and survive in the world that we do with so many things out there that have been created for us to not connect with our higher selves, to not connect with the divine, with source, with God. They're all the same. All those things, they're all the same. It's connecting so you can receive messages. We have so many helpers out there within the metaphysical world who are our cheerleaders. They're waiting for us to ask them for help, to help guide us. But you can't ask for their help if you're not helping yourself first, right? Okay. Yes. So, getting off track. Keeping healthy mind. Now, this is where you have to be diligent. You have to really want this. You have to want to have a change in your life, and you kind of have to follow the certain procedures to get there. It's, again, the gym analogy. You can't just get those abs if you're not doing the right exercise to get those abs. You're not doing squats to get abs, right? So it's about finding the correct exercises to create the change you want in your life. All right, sorry. Okay. Then we go into looking at, use yourself as a guinea pig. It's the only way to truly believe in spirituality. To truly believe is you've got to be the one to set yourself up as the experiment. Because then that's how you really believe. If you're actually physically experiencing these things, then that's how you believe, right? You can't just believe because someone said it, or a guru said it, or a teacher said it, or a mentor, or someone that's had 1,000, 10,000 followers on their Instagram and stuff. I mean, they did the work. I mean, if they have that many followers and they have a pretty good vibration, they're vibrationally aligned, and that's all we want. We want to be vibrationally aligned with the divine source so we can receive. So we can then receive that message, play that, experience that message out, do what they say, or do whatever your higher self says, and see what happens. It's the only way, really. I mean, that's exactly what I did. Experimenting, use yourself as a guinea pig. You kind of also have to get out of your head. And this is why meditation is important, because we're in our heads all the time. We also have to understand when it's our ego speaking and when it's our higher self speaking. And you'll know, because the ego is the one that's kind of that analogy of the devil and the angel on the shoulders. The ego is the one that says, you can't do it. Oh, don't be stupid. Like, you're crazy. People are going to think you're fucking weird, right? They're going to think you're crazy. Like, that's the ego saying those things to you. Now, where did the ego get these thoughts from? Where? They had to come from somewhere. Then we go into looking at childhood experiences that we've had, what our parents have taught us, right? What school has taught us. Speaking of school, I was very much an average to below average student. Very much so. I just didn't, the concept of school and learning, I was just like, oh, I don't get it. Well, I had friends who were like absolutely amazing at school, getting 98.9 on their HSC or UAI. I don't know what it is now. This is like, I don't know what it's called nowadays. But anywho, I was really below average to the point where I had teachers say to me, oh, you should probably drop down in English because you're not doing well, and you should drop down a class in maths because you're not doing well. So, I did that because I thought, okay, well, I'll just do what the teacher says. And then you kind of have this what's the word I'm looking for, the identity that you are not smart, the identity that you must be a failure, right? It's all what's been part of the system, right? You don't fit in with the system. And this is just an example for me, right? And I'm sure that there's lots of us out there who have experienced this, but I'm just saying it as an example. So therefore, I grew up thinking I wasn't very smart. And I wouldn't be able to achieve anything, wouldn't get to university. If you go to university, you get degrees. You can move up in society. I mean, who made these bloody rules, right? It's bullshit. Okay? That's what I think. Now, when I realized and started doing these practices and experimenting my life as a guinea pig and realizing, oh my God, there's truth to this. This is actually real. This is like magic. It's I then wanted to research more. So I did. And I think I started with the angels. I started with angelic realms. I started using cards. I started connecting. I started writing, journaling. I started realizing I could channel, and the words that I was writing at the end of it, I'd read back and I think, I don't remember writing that. Or that's not even how I talk. Right? And then the words were so beautiful and loving and compassionate, towards the world, these words, that I had to share it. And that's when, was it like 8 years ago, I started that YouTube channel of the Wisdom of Loves, and was just like talking about, speaking the channeling that I had written, but it kind of didn't work because it didn't seem authentic, because I was reading what I had written. So I felt like I was a fraud, right? The ego. Okay. That's right. We're talking about the ego. So, yes, the ego is the one that says you can't do it. You're a fraud. You're a fake. You're crazy, right? But again, where does the ego get these ideas from? From childhood, from parents, from society, from whatever experiences you had in your life, right? Creating that as truth for you. But in reality, it's not truth at all. It's not truth. But the ego helped me realize that I am intelligent, and I am smart, and I do have a brain that actually works. So it made me go down that path and experience and to learn my own worth. I then did Reiki, magic, Reiki. Some people resonate with it, some people don't. Some people have a gift with it, some people don't. Just because you're spiritual doesn't mean you need to be good at absolutely everything within the spiritual world. We all have our own gifts and talents on purpose, because these gifts and talents make who we are, make up our human race, our society, So yes, Reiki, I realized that I had the healing gift to be able to heal through energy. But, Reiki wasn't something that I really enjoyed and I had a passion for. Even though I had a gift for it, doesn't mean I had a passion for it. So then I explored other things. And that's when I went and did a bachelor's at metaphysical sciences with an online university. It was amazing because it actually, you learned about all different types of topics within the metaphysical world, everything from the chakras, from the angels, healing trauma, meditation, guided meditations, how to meditate for yourself, then going into things like crystals and healing techniques that were, completely different from Reiki. Oh my God, there's so many. Now I'm having like a total mind blank. Geometric shapes, color vibrations, hertz, vibrational hertz. I mean, there's so many numerous different ways to receive healing energetically that can change a person's life. Now, where was I going with this? I wanted to basically explain that spirituality needs to start within yourself. And to do that, you really have to be raw and honest with yourself. Be authentic as you can. I mean, why lie to yourself of all people? Well, I know why we lie, to make ourselves feel better. To try, because we have a story in our head that we were told that we could not make it, we're a failure, right? We're not a good person, we're not smart enough, all those kind of negative things that we get told growing up. So we carry these stories around with us into our adulthood and we believe it when in actual fact it's not true at all. There's no truth to this. So it's about healing those traumas, healing those, finding that first point of when that story was told to us, by who. I mean, it doesn't really matter by who, but it was told to us. But if we do know who it is, then we can forgive and understand that whoever told us this story is because they were told that story. It's just a lineage of lies upon lies. So, yes, spirituality is about finding your truth, trying to quiet the mind, receiving message from your higher self, remembering that you are powerful, you are intelligent, you have gifts, you're smart, you're compassionate, you're loving, you're all those things. I mean, every single human on the planet is those things. I mean, a baby is born. Baby's not born with anger and hate in their soul. Depends. That's another thing. It's another story I can do. Another video I could do where we look at different types of souls. There's positive souls, there's negative souls, there's, but that's all to do again with the law of polarity, right? There has to be a balance all the time, good and bad. Yes. So this is, I thought was, well, it wasn't me. I was being nudged to talk about this because there's someone out there who obviously needs to hear this and to, that's it. Another thing, you can't expect someone to fix you. You might go to a healer, but they're not going to fix you. They're going to guide you, show you the way, but you have to do the work. No one's going to do it for you. So, you've got to put in the effort. You've got to make that lifestyle change. You have to really want it. You have to be open-minded for magic to happen, because it happens. It does. Manifestation, that's magic, and it happens. So yes, when you find someone that you resonate with, a guide, a teacher, mentor, and you feel that, okay, yes, I want to work with this person to help guide me on that right path, understand that they're not going to fix you. They're going to help guide you in that direction, and you've got to do the work. There's no point arguing with your teacher or mentor. You gotta understand that's your ego arguing. It's about being open and trusting. And if you don't have that trust, then we've got to look at, why don't you have that trust? Where did that come from? Where does that story come from? who hurt you, right? And this is where you could go to a hypnotherapist. I'm not just saying that because I'm a hypnotherapist. It's only because I truly believe that. And that's why I became a hypnotherapist, a soul based hypnotherapist, a clinical hypnotherapist, but mostly because I wanted to work with the soul and I wanted to work with helping heal people from their traumas and their stories that were created in their lives that they've carried with them their whole childhood into their adulthood. And to be able to do that, you've got to be open to possibilities. You've got to be ready to forgive as well. Forgive the people that played a part in that story. It's like acting. If you know me, you know that I did, or I have been, or I am an actor for 20 years now. 20 years. And I see it as, why did I become an actor? Like what was the reason? Question everything that you do in your life. Like, why did I become an actor? Okay, my parents watched TV a lot. My mother watched TV a lot. My grandmother watched TV a lot. So I suppose I was an only child and I wanted their attention. And I thought, maybe I could be an actor. Maybe they'll be proud of me. You always want your parents to be proud of you, right? So that's when I went down that path, right? It's crazy what we tell ourselves. And then also, I really love the storytelling. I really love meeting new people as well. Very social butterfly, learning about people's lives, learning about the stories, learning about the scripts, the fantasy of it all as well, depending on what kind of scenes you're doing, or work you're getting. So that went off track there again, but yeah, it's all relatable. And then teaching. Who would have thought? The average to below average student at school, hated school, became a bloody teacher, didn't I? Why did I become a teacher? I wanted to travel the world and I wanted to be able to be financially supported. And I love children. Primary school teacher. I absolutely adore working with children. They are the true teachers for us. They're so innocent. They're so imaginative, wondrous. Is that even a word? I don't know. That's another thing. When I find that when I channel, and you'll find this with healers or channelers, that if they've written something, there's always a spelling mistake, always. Because you're just writing from the soul. The the guides and stuff they don't care what the spelling is. I mean, you still can read what the word says. It's not a complete disaster. And then going back to who said that, that is the right way to spell things. I mean, who even cares? I mean, I shouldn't say that because I have friends who are authors who do care. And I have friends who are teachers who do care. But again, it goes back, right. If you take yourself out of that story of identifying as an author or as a teacher and going right back, it doesn't really matter. As long as you can read the word and you can understand what the word means. It's like, remember that thing that came out where as long as the first two letters and the last two letters of that word were the same, but the letters in the middle were all jumbled up, the brain could still register and read what that word was, even though the spelling was completely wrong, right? So, yeah, I mean, you can still understand, and I think that's the point, basically. Okay, regardless, I'm going off topic. Or am I? Is it all meant to be, right? Someone's meant to hear that. Okay. What was the other thing that's something that I was gonna say? Let's see. Okay. There, yes. So going back to the beginning of spirituality, where do you start? How does it happen? If you really want to make a change in your life and you're really interested in learning this, then my suggestion is you do some research in what you want to, or what interests you, and look into it, and then start following people that you feel are authentic, following people that you feel vibrationally aligned with on social media, because that's how you're going to know. I mean, the internet is an amazing thing. We have it in this world, in this era, because it's all about learning. Information is about learning. So why not go with the flow, I should say, of what today has brought us, which is the internet and the age of information. So go into that, do some research, if do some self-healing work, do the meditations, make the lifestyle changes. You got to start with yourself. And when you want to take it the next step further and you want to do some healing or anything like that, then yes, find your teacher, find a mentor, find someone that can help guide you. I'm also here if you would like. I can help you. But this isn't a plug for anything. I just wanted to share that with you. Also, I'm going to start doing videos of what services that I actually offer, because I kind of feel like a lot of people, you guys know that I've been doing this for like 15 years. And so you want to kind of, think, well, what exactly do I bloody do, right? How can I help? And that's where it came to. That's right. How can I be of service to others? That's a really, really important thing. Service to others. How can I be of service to others? Not service to self, to service to others. How can I make someone's life change for the positive? And it's because I had a client yesterday who I did a soul session with, who resonated with absolutely everything that was channeled through from their soul. I was the conduit, channeled through to me. I then delivered that information, and she fully resonated with that. And it just made me feel, okay, this is amazing. Like I have changed someone's life for the better. I've helped them. Even if it's the tiniest little thing, I've helped them. And that's a service to others. And that makes you feel so amazing and loved and like a purpose. There is a bigger purpose of why I'm here. Yes. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Oh yeah, that's right. So I'm going to do little videos of what the services I offer, just so you kind of have an understanding of what else is out there as well within the metaphysical world, because I've studied a whole lot of stuff, but I really wanted to find something that I resonated with, that I knew that if I studied more and more on it, because I was interested. So it didn't feel like I was really studying. It was just like I was just testing myself as the guinea pig, if that makes sense. My nose is itchy. It's not a little sign. How does that mean? What's that mean? In the know, right? Something like that. Okay. So yes, I will do that. So I will end this video. Hopefully now I can sleep, because that's what happens. They're like, tap, Mink, hey, wake up. You need to do this. I'm just happy that it wasn't 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's another thing you'll learn. They like to wake you at 3, 4 in the morning to do a video or have a message or do something within your soul service business. Yeah, they don't care about what time it is. They're just like, okay, it's time for you to now to learn this and share it. So I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope it has, kind of opened up the mind a little bit more for whoever needed to hear this. And I shall say good night, and I will see you soon. Oh, and that's another thing. I was going to do an angel card reading video for the collective. Why not? And let's see how that goes, because it's kind of fun and great, and I can channel the angelic realm, so why not share it, right? Yes, so that's exciting too. All right, guys, I'm going to go, and mwah, I love you, and blessings on your journey as always. And I shall see you soon.